Hello and welcome to our new series of Let's Builds in StarMade.
I'm Spear Bear.
And I'm TheMadRebel, and we're building the Millennium Falcon. Now, for our first episode, we're starting with our plans.
As you can see on the plans, today we'll be building the overall outline of the Millennium Falcon and starting on the top hull of the ship.
Now, let's start the video up.
Start the video.
As you see here, I'm removing the frame from the ship core to the outside circle.
Now, we already made the outside circle because he needed a little bit of help with it, so I had to come out there, and the camera's moving very sporadically, so we decided just to not put that up. But we already have the outside circle, and as you can see, we have made the front loading bay doors, I guess. I think that's what it's called. And we kind of go off from there. Right now we're building the front wings, I guess it would be.
Whatever they are.
Yeah.
The teeth.
I think, yeah. The teeth.
Yeah.
So we go back and forth, and we realize that the magic number for the slope of it would be about 2 by 1, and then after 10 would be 3 by 1, as you can see right there. So we came up to that point.
2.1 by 1, and we got a good, we really liked that look, far better than what we measured out on the diagram. It seems a lot more stubbier if you watch it in the movie, which is why we did this.
Now, if you look, the Millennium Falcon, it was about double the size of what it would be in the movie. In real life, if each block was 1 meter long, we did this to get more of a detail to the design, and yeah, pretty much.
Right here we're doing the docking bay doors and the loading doors.
Yes, the loading doors. Now we flip it up here so we could see
the top
of it being made a little bit better. But then we flip it back down because of the circle on the top. Now this will be the toppest peak of the ship once it's built. And we're thinking about putting a turret on the top of it, or a turret on the top of it. And
not the Pirate Bay.
And we realized that it would have to be the top of the ship, the circle part of it, would have to be fairly big to support a turret, because what you need for a turret is its own ship core, its own power, its own shields and everything, so it's going to be quite big if we decide to put it on there. So we're just going to make a base for it. So we're finishing off the circle of that part of it. And then we move to building the front rectangle, and I realized that it's 3 high from the base outline to the top point of the circle at the top. So we make a few measurements and realize that it's 7 coming down, and then you move 1 down. So we make the main rectangle of that.
We decided we wanted to make the top of the ship more sloping than the bottom to add to it, because otherwise it would be about equal, but in the movies the bottom of the ship is fairly flat. So most of the top comes all the way down to the ring, and the bottom will be fairly flat to add depth.
And here I started playing with a few designs for the how the top of the ship outreaches to the docking side of it, and also to the loading of the other side.
Yeah, you can show them that on the screen right here, what we're looking at. The top and bottom of the ship, you can see there the outlines down in the corner on the small ship, and we wanted to try and recreate that, and Tyler realized both that they tapered and that they needed to arch.
They arch to make it a more circlish on the if you look towards the side of them. So I made an arch with it, and then I come over to the other side, and I repeat the design on this side, but it's a little off because I didn't do it exactly right, but it looks correct from the top. It'll just be a little bit more work from the bottom. So finish that out a little bit.
We decided to do the Millennium Falcon because StarMade is in space, and so we wanted to pick from some of our favorite ships, such as the USS Enterprise from Star Trek and the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars, and this seemed like the easier design to go with for a first step.
If you look to the left of the screen, it's actually our first try at the Millennium Falcon. It's about 1/3 smaller than this ship, so And that ship took us about 2 hours with us both working on it. But this ship, since we have one person filming, has only one person working on it, and so it will take much longer. But you know, you'll see it in not in real time, obviously. But yeah, I also realized with the arches on the top of them, you'd have to arch them on the bottom also. And here I try on covering up the top of the wing, or what do we call it?
The teeth.
The teeth. So I decided that making it a bit more three-dimensional would make a better design for it. So I repeated on the other side. It takes me a little while to figure out what all the measurements are on it, so I have to keep on going back and forth. And sometime here I actually make a line with the hole to line up all the hole pieces. So that'll be here. Also, we realized that the teeth, I guess you can call them, they arch towards the top of it, the top circle, just a little bit, and then once they hit the inner ring, or the inner ring of the main ship, that the arch goes much sharper. So we needed to figure out a way to do that. So there was the line that I used to get everything fixed with it, and I deleted it quite fast. So now I think is where I start on the back part of the hole on the top. So here I started on this back part of it, and I make the same measurements and end up realizing that I made the measurements on the front part of it. I could have just gone from there, but so the number was 7, and then we moved down one level, and then it actually all equals out on the outer rim of the ship. But I realized that if we do the same thing in the front, after I finish all of it, I realized if we do the same thing in the front, it'll cover up the rectangle and make it a bit more just kind of flat, would not be any dimension to it at all. So what we were going to do with the front was we're going to lower the entire top down one block, just to keep the dimension of it. And here I tried some design. I realized that it wasn't quite a circle, and so we had to revise it and make it use a pixel circle to figure out where all the blocks go onto it. Took us a little while.
A good tip for making circles in any sort of blocky game is just to get on paint and make a circle of the same dimensions, which is what we had to do several times.
Mm-hmm. So as you can see that the blocks don't line up exactly on both sides of the circle, but the overall picture of it looks like a circle. So it makes it okay, I guess. And so I do the same on the top here. As you can... This one takes a little bit farther because it's how long was that? It was 20 by 20. No, it was 40 by 40 on there. 40 by 40 blocks.
So you're filling in the top here.
Yeah, I'm filling in the top. That I do the same thing to the outside. Now this last ring that I try to make does not need to be measured at all, so it goes much faster than the inner two rings. So I pretty much start on that exactly.
At one point along here, we had a little pirate encounter.
Pirate mishap, yeah. As you can see to the right of the screen, there's actually a block missing. That's where they were shooting the space station that we were making the ship by.
Yep. Maybe we'll add that in at the end of one of the blooper sections. But it was a good fight. Didn't damage the ship too much, so we got right back to work.
So here's how I'm finishing up the back part of the hull. And I know it looks pretty dull right now with only gray hull all over the ship, but this is just a rough outline for what the overall design will be. It will. It'll have much more design to it, and just you can put some red hull, some brown hull in there, and then we can put some decoration blocks in there too. So it'll look much better than what you see now.
Yep. We're gonna really try and keep it as close to the movie Millennium Falcon as possible.
So what we did today was we made the outline of the ship and finished half of the top of the hull.
And we got some good work done. So thanks for watching. Next episode we'll finish the top, then start on the bottom.